morning, everybody. Wasn't expecting anyone this early in the morning. Y'all don't sleep, do you? Best no idiots on the road. Well, good morning, everyone. $11:45 p.m. in California. Yeah, I guess it's not too bad out that way. Haven't went to bed yet, that's all. Yeah. I didn't sleep too long myself. I don't know if I call it going to bed, but yeah. Got in, slept a couple hours, did a 10 p.m. reload, and actually slept a little longer than I wanted to this morning. But we'll still make our appointment on time. Still early here in California. Be safe on the road. Yeah, this time of the morning it's not too bad. It's usually just set to cruise and let it rip, you know. Just getting off work, going to bed. Good to hear your voice, Phil. Stay safe out there. I'll try. Just got done watching the G's, and now I get to follow with you. All the G's are out late today. One of these times they're up in Tennessee, I'll have to bump into them. Oh, I know. It seems like they're usually in Tennessee. At least when y'all report to me that they're in Tennessee. When I was driving home from Hagerstown, I think I was driving with more big rigs at night than during the day. Do truckers prefer at night, or is it just the nature of business? I honestly prefer driving at night because there's nothing to hold you up. I mean, I hate to say it, but the truckers usually flow pretty well amongst each other. It's usually the other people bobbing and weaving that slow up traffic. Because most of us all understand how these trucks work, and we get around each other pretty well. You know, yeah, there might be some company driver that can only do 62 mile an hour, but most of us recognize him ahead of time and get in the other lane and flow around so it don't hold up traffic. So yeah, I mean, a lot of truckers prefer to drive when it's just us on the road. Oh, that's not for me. Good morning. Want to thank you for your kindness to me and that you accepted me. Oh, Daniel, morning. Hi, MudPig. Where are you heading? We're heading up to Quakertown, Pennsylvania. This load's actually going to take me right by the house, but unfortunately I probably won't be able to stop. Maybe after I get unloaded, I'll be able to stop in the area of the house, but yeah, I won't be able to stop on the way down for sure. Do many truckers use those night vision cameras? I'm not even familiar with them myself. What's happening, driver? Not much. Just getting rolling. Oh, hey, Georgia Peach. That's right, it's only, what, about midnight for you, too? Why is your wife not with you, MudPig? Do you love to drive alone? No, she's just not with me because, well, she sometimes prefers to stay at the house. She does a lot of arts and crafts and stuff, and with this being a new job and me not knowing what to expect, it's just easier for her to stay home. She does come out with me from time to time, but it'll probably be a while till she does. How often do I go home? I don't know. It's going to be a long while. I'll put it that way. Being dedicated to Tennessee and having no means of transport other than the semi, and not wanting to take the semi home because of high diesel prices. I mean, it's probably going to be a while till I get home. Good morning. Nice to catch you on. Well, morning. Saznak previewed one of those night vision cameras on his YouTube channel. It was cool. Huh. Not familiar with it. I have to look back through his videos and see, because like I said, I've never heard of him. How's the new job? So far, I'm loving it. It's quite honestly gravy work. Out and back most days, and going to the same places all the time, so you start to know people and can get taken care of a little bit better than you go to a warehouse. So far it's gravy. So lucky that my husband gets to come home every night. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys do enjoy that. But the nice thing is where I'm working out of is where we want to move to eventually. Got no volume? I mean, I think it's working. Can the rest of y'all hear me, or? Oh yeah, that's great, okay. So yeah, you're responding to me. So yeah, whoever that is that got no volume, probably just check your sound. Camera turns the darkness into twilight, really opens up the road, and I'd probably drive further if I had one. That's pretty cool. So is it a screen you're watching while you're driving? Because that just sounds like DOT would have issues with it. So you're going to be a PA resident like me? I'm actually already a PA resident. I'm looking to get out of PA. Yeah, I currently live just outside of Carlisle. No sound. Oh. So apparently some people have sound and some don't. I'll have to do a sound check when I get on the highway. Good morning, safe travels. Well, good morning. Gray Wolf is in Utah. Are you keeping in touch? A little bit. I mean, we've texted. We really haven't talked much other than on the panels. But with my live streaming and sleep schedule, it makes talking on the phone a little hard because I feel bad when I mute y'all. Sound is good. I hear you. Okay. So the people that don't have sound just need to check their computer settings probably. Oof. Up here we go again. Hitting big potholes and knocking y'all down. It's gonna be one of those mornings, I see. Sound is good. My son was driving from California to Texas and Oklahoma, but ended up quitting, going back to driving school. Oh, going back to driving school bus. Okay. Yeah, truck driving's not for everyone. A lot of people get lonely with the solitary lifestyle. It never really bothered me. The only thing I miss every now and then is being able to actually hold the wife. You know, like we can talk on the phone and all that, but being able to give someone a hug or something, you know, that's the part that you miss, you know. Thanks to the great sinkholes, PA just bumped my head on the ceiling. Oh, we're not even in the PA yet. We're in Tennessee. But speaking of sinkholes, I haven't followed it recently, but anyone know if that sinkhole in Hershey outside the, what was that called? The sinkhole bar or something has opened up again? Only local PA residents would know what I was talking about, but there's a main road that goes through Hershey that it seemed like it was every 6 months the sinkhole would open up and they'd have to close the road. Sent you a Discord message when you get a chance to check it out, bud. Will do. But yeah, the road is so bad there. Oh, sorry, kind of tired, forgot where you were, MudPig. No problem. We'll be in PA. I'm shooting for lunchtime. We'll see how accurately I hit that. Geez, they're in Shelbyville. Okay. I've been to Shelbyville, but I can't remember where it is off the top of my head. But I definitely remember the name of the town. Stream is buffering? Yeah, it'll happen. I mean, it don't look like it's buffering at the moment, but it might have been a second or two ago. Oh, you think you'll come back to the camp someday? They miss you there? Someday. Like I keep saying, I mean, I've been off work for months. I mean, no income, no nothing. I mean, I burned through my savings. Right now, I have to work. And so, eventually, I'll probably stop in at some point, but it's not going to be spending any significant amount of time there like I did before. I mean, I gotta get the savings and the finances back in order and all that. "30 miles or so from Franklin." All right. Can be a lonely life. Has to be in your blood to be a driver. Pretty much. I mean, trucking, it's not a job really. It's more of a lifestyle. I mean, and really, the best people that do it are the kind of lone wolf personalities. The people that can do things very well on their own, and you know, they don't need a lot of help or support to get things done. That's why, you know, a lot of truck drivers back in the day, they got the reputation of being, you know, cowboys and all that stuff, because just kind of how they are. They're a different breed, you know. Good night, everyone. Need to go to bed. Well, good night. Thank you for stopping in. You don't remember this sinkhole in Hershey? Yeah. It's either Hershey or Hummelstown. It's right there in that main drag that runs out towards, oh, I can't think the name of the town now. Out towards Annville and stuff. When you go down through Hershey, there's a Ford dealership there. It's that road right there. It goes down, there's a Walmart in Edders, if I remember right. But that road used to fall into a sinkhole all the time. Oh, River Table's in here? I must have missed them. lane. I don't need to be in this one. Dad used to be a truck driver. Hardly saw him when I was young. My cousin and hubby are also truck drivers. Yeah. That's pretty much the sacrifice you make, is you can make good money but you never see the family. Morning. Well, good morning. The G's are at their location. Yeah, I'm here. Just saw you live. Popped in to say hi and like. Well, thank you. Contributed to Convoy. Now it's time to take care of your personal life. Yeah, exactly. MudPig got to unmute your phone. So I've had a couple people say they have audio problems now. You guys are not muted though. But I've other people say that they can hear me. So I'm not sure there. Oh, it looks like we buffered for a second there. Am I driving my own truck or a company truck? I'm driving my truck. Cops didn't drop charges. Yeah, that's terrible. Ignore this echo a second. There is no sound. Oh no, there's sound. Okay. It's coming out of my Bluetooth. Yeah, so sound's working. If you can't hear it, check your sound settings, I guess. Come on. Husband's limping home to his yard. Transmission light on, wrench light on. Other lights are stuck in 12th gear. Oh, goodness. That's limping all right. Can't even stop because you won't get it going again. That's definitely one of those new automatics, though. They, quote, fixed it yesterday, put a new battery in it. I said sensor, but who am I? Yeah, that's the problem with having a computer control everything in the truck, you know. That computer goes on the fritz and you can't get nowhere. Third tractor broke down in 3 weeks. Oh my. Sounds like a lot of things nowadays. They don't make them like they used to. I was reading an article this morning actually when I was getting ready about the quality control issues on new RVs, and yeah, they seem to be pretty terrible as well. Glad to see you up and running. Yeah, I didn't want to be up this morning, but I'll catch up on sleep tonight. Just the way it works being trucker, you know. Some nights you can sleep, other nights you just gotta take a nap and run some more. You're not doing much talking? Is the sound messed up? Because I'm talking. I don't know if it's not picking up. I haven't shut up since I started driving. Oh, sounds great. I'm not sure what's going on. Hear you loud and clear. It's good on my end. Yeah, alright. Why slow mode only 28 in here? It's only a 15-second slow mode. It's just to... because you'll get the bots that come in that'll spam repeatedly. And yeah, it's just to stop those. Yeah, if you let the chat flow without slow mode, then all you'll see is a wall of 30 go to my campsite links or something. Truckers and farmers have a protest today. Oh, I haven't heard about that. Storytime went to the beach Sunday, coming home, 10-mile drive to her house, accident. pickup pulling a camper jackknife, trucking the guardrail, camper off trailer, and camper destroyed. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't want to say they don't know how to tow a vehicle, but you actually see that a lot, like pickups with trailers or pickups with campers or stuff like that, or even trucks with trailers. They forget the trailer's back there and then they get all buggered up because trailers sometimes have a mind of their own. And especially the guys you see where they're towing with a light vehicle, like say maybe it's an SUV or something and they got a big U-Haul, and you can just see that U-Haul back there fishtailing, pushing that SUV all over the road. And sadly, a lot of people do that with campers too. They'll buy a great big camper and then pull it with a 1500, truck. And they don't realize that pulling right at their towing capacity is very dangerous.
In 1.25 miles, take the exit on the right to I-81 north toward Roanoke.
This exit at? Oop. I think that's the first red light I've hit going down through here. Everything else I caught green. Not even anyone around. Gotta jump out of the truck, safe travels. Alright. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Exit on the right to I-81 north toward Roanoke.
Yeah, I usually take 26 across, but today, since it's so early, I took my chance and we caught all the red lights on green. So I wasn't really familiar with where this was. Oh, goodness. This ramp's seen better days. Must have spooked everyone away. Not sure. I had a lot of people saying they were having sound issues, but I don't know. It seemed to be working for me when I checked it. So I'm not sure if there's a YouTube glitch tonight or what's going on. goodness. Now you're trying to scare people. Sound is good now. I turned your channel. Turned your channel, then back on. All is good. Nice to be riding along with you. Okay. Alright, MudPig, I'm off today, or off to bed. Have a great day and night, everyone in chat. Alright. Yeah, it's a screen you watch while driving. Yeah, I think there was a video issue, because we were talking about that camera. Shoo. Probably about 30 minutes ago, it seems. Yeah, have a good night, Zero. Back to sleep. All right, well, have a good night. I hate this so hooked to MudPig. Oh, what's the rest of that? Loves all truck driving live streams. Just can't seem to get off. Oh no. Well, you need to go sleep or something. Go to sleep. I mean, I know this is an odd time for a live stream. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a pretty quiet morning for a while as California goes to sleep and we wait for the East Coast to wake up. Probably not going to be too much going on, but y'all can still enjoy the drive. go sleep. Trucks remind me of my dad, and my hubby will be home soon. I stay up for him. Oh, okay. At least you have open road, no drama. That is true. Night Zero and Super Salty. Oh, yeah. George, I'm surprised you're still up and not heading to bed. It's probably getting late for you, too. About to go to driving school, can't decide if I learn automatic or manual. And George, you're going to sleep very soon. Alright. Well, Georgia, when you have to, go ahead and get your rest. I think the chat will take care of itself. But as far as the automatic or the manual, I would definitely say at least learn the manual. Even if you don't intend on driving a manual, because there's still tons of manual trucks on the road. You don't want that automatic restriction on your license because it limits you to driving for only companies that have newer trucks. And a lot of the small companies where there's very good jobs can't afford new trucks. So that would be my input on it, because you don't want to limit your options artificially just because you have a restriction on the license. And a manual is not that hard to learn once you get the hang of it. Like the way they teach you to drive it, double clutching and everything, it's going to feel hard. But once you get your test done and you can float the gears and everything, I don't even think about it anymore. You know, it's basically my truck is an automatic despite it being a manual, because shifting becomes subconscious. How late you go to sleep? I went to sleep around 7, had to wake up again at 10 to load, and then went back to sleep around 11, and then slept for like 3 hours, and now we're driving. And we'll be driving till probably about mid-afternoon today. But that's just trucking for you. You gotta work when the work's there. True, sir, yeah. I mean, that's at least the way I look at it. I mean, I got my start at Prime, and Prime was switching to all automatics back when I started. That was, well, it'll be 7 years in July that I started driving truck. And they were switching to all automatics back then. And we had the option, do you want to train in an automatic or do you want to train in a manual? And And I said I wanted to train in a manual just because of that, you know, that it gives you more options. Definitely short on sleep, yeah. It happens. Basically, you just catch up when you can. This time I'm going, thanks for the live stream. Night to all. Well, good night. In what ways, if any, has live stream impacted my life? Mainly the only thing it's impacted is I get less books in. And that sounds weird, but usually when I'm driving, I listen to audiobooks. So I don't get to listen to as many books because I'm live streaming. But other than that, I mean, I really haven't noticed too much. I mean, I met a lot of people. I mean, that's something that I'm not used to, you know. But, yeah, it's not really impacted too terrible much. And I've already thought about that, you know, if things are slow in the live stream, I don't know. Well, I guess I couldn't listen to a book because of copyright. I've already thought that I could maybe listen to like old, like copyright-free music or something, like Beethoven or something. I don't know. Lane Ensberg's left. But I'm not a big music person anyway, so driving along in a silent truck don't really bother me. Making it skinny up here. helping keep me awake. Working right now too. Oh goodness. How far west do I drive? Usually I try to stay east of the Rockies, but on this dedicated account, it basically is anywhere I can get to Tennessee and back in a day, but we are working on some longer contracts. Like this one up to Quakertown's a 2-day run. It's going to be a day out. I'm going to stay in Pennsylvania, which ain't a big deal because my home's in Pennsylvania, and then I'm going to head back tomorrow. And Freedom Phoenix, it's a little late to be working, isn't it? Do you have favorite runs? I don't even know yet. This is my 4th run with the new company, so I really haven't done all the runs yet. I know the one to Rockingham I did yesterday was a pretty nice little run. It was easy, a lot of it was out in the country, nothing to worry about, and it wasn't really tight. You know, there was about an hour or 2 to spare on it, so it was simple, you know. Work 12s, couple months, days, then nights. Ooh. So you're on some kind of swing shift then. It was pretty scenery too. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's some nice scenery out this way too, heading back into PA, but you guys aren't going to see too much of it for a while yet. Seven to 7 either way. I looked at a job like that. It was... I'm trying to think how they did it though. It was 12-hour days. And I'm trying to think how they did it though. Because it was weird because I remember how they did it. It was every other day. So one week you'd work 3 days, the other week you'd work 4 days, and then every couple of weeks the shifts flipped. And it was at a plastic warehouse as a truck driver. And all you would do is shuttle from warehouse to warehouse. But when I actually looked at it, I'm like, man, this is boring. Because what you would do is they had 3 warehouses. You'd pick up at the one warehouse, maybe the raw plastic. You would take it to another warehouse where they'd manufacture, and then you'd pick up manufactured stuff and take it to a third warehouse where they stored the finished product. And it was just round and round and round, and I'm like, man, this would get so boring just driving to 3 different warehouses all within about 10 minutes of each other. But it was basically just a shuttle driver in a day cab, just pick up trailer, move trailer, pick up trailer, move trailer. And yeah, it just didn't seem like it was right for me. might run out of audiobooks. Oh, never. There's several audiobook services out there. The one I use is Scribd. It's like SCRIBD. And basically it's all you can listen audiobooks. It's kind of like Audible, but they don't have like as many big titles that you got to pay for. It's kind of smaller audiobooks. Like you're not going to find, I'm trying to think of some big authors that people buy nowadays. But like they'll have a little bit of Stephen King, but their Stephen King rotates, and you're not going to find like Harry Potter on there or things like that, but there is still a lot of very good books on there. Sounds like a hamster wheel. Yeah, pretty much. And I'm not a hamster. And plus it's a lot of hard work. Because when you think, I mean, you're going to be out in all weather, unhooking and hooking trailers all day. That's like I could never be a yard jockey. Just, I mean, if it's raining, I kind of want to hide in the truck, you know. I'm not afraid I'm going to melt. I just hate being wet and soggy all day. I've done it. I used to work grounds and maintenance back at a facility, and yeah, it didn't matter if it was snowing or sleeting or something. There was always something that needed done, especially when it was snowing. Oh my goodness, we're out pretty much sometimes 24 hours removing snow for the big apartment complex. Yard jockey works. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Nah, definitely not. I mean, people don't give jockeys enough respect. They're like, oh, they couldn't be a trucker, or there's always, like, truckers always trash talk to jockeys. But if you're nice to a jockey, they can make your life incredibly easy too. I mean, I've already had some really good jockeys. Like, I'll be honest, there's some docks that are hard to hit. I mean, I've had jockeys come over, see I was struggling, be like, hey, you know, drop your trailer here and I'll put it in for you. And, you know, basically made my life easier, and I didn't tear nothing up in the process. So yeah, there's a lot of jobs like that though don't get enough respect, but I just see it a lot that the truckers disrespect the jockeys. Always in my way. Oh, you know, my trailer's not where I left it. Oh, there's just all kinds of excuses, you know. But then again, a lot of truckers do just like to grumble, so we'll leave it at that. Kind of like working in distribution centers, those people bust their backsides too. Yeah, that is true. I did a brief stint at Amazon, actually, back when I was between jobs. I was actually at Amazon for about a year. I didn't make it all the way into the next Christmas season, but I did the classic thing. Oh, go to Amazon at Christmas time. We'll give you a big bonus, you know. So I worked through Christmas, kind of enjoyed it, worked through the summer and the fall, and then moved on before the next Christmas season. Because, yeah, distribution centers are crazy. I mean, the good thing about distribution center work, at least Amazon, is, man, I bet you I lost 50 pounds all the walking I did. Because a lot of Amazon is on foot. They have racks and racks of stuff, and you're just walking down the aisles like it's a giant grocery store with your little cart, picking the items for the order. You'll have a little scanner, it'll say go to aisle 10, rack 14, shelf 3, and grab, I don't know, a DVD or something, you know. And that's how most of those orders are put together. Woo, someone's got some headlights. I don't know if those are brights or not, but man, they're terrible. Trucks everywhere, and I'm here like on. Then I did some research on it and figured out what it was about, and I finished. Whoa! I finished it because I don't really do Facebook. I know I do Facebook Live, but I don't really do Facebook, and I don't know, the people I was talking to didn't know the convoy was happening, and of course the news wasn't reporting nothing, so I was oblivious until I stumbled over them. Orient Express, let's see, hold on, so that's a long one. Orient Express, 1776, Restoration Movement, on his channel. Is bashing, cutting down people, especially Gray Fox, calling him a coward and a liar on his channel. I'm so very disgusted at Orient Express people. Really? Huh. I wasn't aware of that. But then again, being back to work, I mean, I only hear what I hear from y'all, you know. But I don't really follow a lot of other live streamers just because I don't have time, you know. But if that's true, that's terrible. I'm buffering real bad. Can't understand what you're saying, brother. I mean, it don't show I'm buffering, but like I said, I mean, buffering happens all the time. But no, I was just saying if that's true about Oreo, I mean, that's terrible. I mean, everyone can contribute in their own way. I mean, personally, I mean, what Grey Wolf is doing now, I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, I wouldn't want to walk across the country. I've even said I don't think I could walk 20 miles in a day. I mean, I'm younger than he is, but we'll see. But I just don't know why anyone feels a need to attack other live streamers. I mean, this whole time we were in the convoy, we all pretty much got together, and now there's been several people talking about other people. And there's no need for it. Dang, you're out early. Just got home from the Colorado rally. Glad you're... Hold on a second. Glad you're back to work. Gotta keep an eye on this Cisco truck. Hope you and Mrs. Mudpig are doing well. Long day for us headed to the rack. You always have my thumbs up and say, oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it's hard to read those longer messages, especially when you're navigating around other trucks. Oreo's struggling to keep his platform alive. Yeah, I mean, I can believe it. I mean, honestly, once the convoy ended, the live stream numbers dropped drastically. I mean, when we were convoying, I'd have over 100 people in here. But, yeah, once everything kind of stopped, just seems like, well, I mean, of course people lost interest because not many people are gonna just watch a truck go down the road and a truck driver ramble. I mean, I appreciate those of y'all that do, but it's losing momentum. And I mean, everyone is eventually going to have to go home. I mean, I don't see the donations sustaining it. And Oreo isn't, how can I say this politely? He's not like Wizzy, who would sleep in a tent. I don't know if I've ever seen Oreo in a tent. You know, he's not like one of the truckers who have a truck to sleep in. No, he has his car. So, I mean, I could understand why he's struggling if he's trying to, you know, find a place to sleep. And I don't even know if they're still getting food. Are they still feeding them down there? I mean, because if he's having to buy food, that's another expense, you know. So, I mean, he might have to find another way to make some money. I'll put it that way. When people like Oreo do a lot of bashing, or live streamers, other people, it says a lot about the individual's character. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, Oreo was friendly to me when I stopped at 76. He was one of the more welcoming people, but so I don't have any problem with him, but like I said, I don't know what he's been up to now. I'm just saying, if he's donation supported like I suspect he is, that's not going to continue forever, because people only have so much to give. You know, you can only give so much until you either can't afford to or don't want to anymore. So, I mean, I appreciate everything that people did for me when I was with the Convoy, and it allowed me to be there for 2 months. But, I mean, I've been honest with y'all, live streaming did not cover all my expenses when I was with the Convoy. I mean, that's why I keep saying I had to go back to work. I mean, I burned through about $15,000 in savings in the 2 months I was with the Convoy. And that is even with, you know, people donating, helping out. I mean, it's I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, it's rough. It's rough. You're continually buffering? Huh. There are lots of people became live streamers, which diluted your viewer numbers. Yeah, that's true. Oreo's car was trashed. Yeah, I did see that. That scrolled by too fast, but I'm hoping he got insurance or something for that. But I did see that they trashed his car. Oof. Is changing focus, will turn to states, and yeah, going to have to go to work. Phil will always be looking out for us. We heart your truckers, yeah. I'm not buffering here at all. Okay. So if you're buffering, you might need to adjust your video quality settings, because it might be a connection on your end. Yes, he did have insurance. Awesome. Well, hopefully they covered that. I don't know all the details on that, but someone did send me some video clips and screenshots of his car, and it looked like a heck of a mess. And I'm going to have to not watch the chat here for a second, because holy cow, this construction's tight. don't think of trucks when they put these barriers up. There we go. Watch out for deer, yeah, for sure. Good here in Florida. Sound and no buffering, awesome. Okay, Freedom Phoenix, I'll try that. Alright. It's actually crystal clear, like being in the cab. Well, thank you. Okay. It's still in the shop. He lives at camp out of his van. That is also broke down. Holy cow, he's having a hell of a time. Okay, yeah. I know I heard that someone gave him a tent too, but I don't know how true that is. But I know for a while there, what was it? It was Oreo, Joe, and someone else were always sharing hotel rooms. It was like $30 a night, I think they told me. But I had asked him about that. I was actually considering asking him if, you know, every now and then they'd mind if I split a room so I could get a shower. See you down the road? Alright, sounds good. Thank you for stopping by. Joe went home and so did BCP. Yeah, actually, Joe's back doing his police streaming. I did catch one of those the other night. And that's actually kind of interesting. The going around and just kind of live streaming what the police are up to. I watched that longer than I wanted to, surprisingly. It was pretty riveting, actually. Listening to the scanner and running around town. Just got home. Just got home from Florida. Where are we headed, Phil? Heading to Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Mud Pig and the Piggies. Taco Joe's licking his wounds also. Just Oreo and Wizzy, but Wizzy is not there much. Yeah, Wizzy likes his adventures. He was actually up in Gettysburg a while back. That was a couple weeks ago, I think. I was actually in the area, and I'm like, I wonder if I should drop in on Wizzy. And I'm like, nah, I gotta head on and do my errands. Just got on. Where are you? We're in Virginia at the moment, heading up towards Pennsylvania on 81 North. Joe is at a standoff right now with the SWAT team in a residential home. Yeah. Joe kind of reminds me, I don't know if, well, I think they brought Cops back, actually. Cops was canceled for a while. But it kind of reminded me of like when Cops was good, you know, because now Cops, it kind of seems like they just pick on people. But yeah, it was pretty interesting watching what he was up to. Yeah, and I heard Brian came, but he's not feeling very well. Hopefully he does better. You getting a Wii Boost? I've actually been, I was actually the one that started the Wii Boost thing. I've had a Wii Boost on my truck, well hell, for more than 4 years. So whenever we were streaming all over the country and my stream was stable and everyone else's was dropping out, that was actually the Wii Boost. I always run a Wii Boost and it helps a lot. Yeah, because I had told Vern or One American No Party about it and he got one. I'm trying to think if anyone else got a Wii Boost. But yeah, they work incredibly. Man, the phone keeps getting knocked sideways. One thing I like about Phil, you don't go around talking bad about other people. I really respect that. There's no reason to. There's no reason at all to talk bad about people unless they honestly do something. I mean, I don't know, let's just say there was a streamer named Fred, and Fred walked over and punched me in the mouth for some reason. Yeah, I have something bad to say about Fred unless, you know, we had an argument and it was a legitimate argument, you know. But if he was just having a bad day and wanted to punch somebody, then yeah, I'd have something bad to say. But no one's done anything to me. I mean, so yeah, I'm not gonna talk bad about people. Nice to see the name. I am a Kauai native? Not sure. I'm assuming that's something to do with Hawaii, maybe? Hawaii? I don't know. Yeah, your streams are great. From Hawaii Islands, Kauai is the oldest. Okay. Yeah, I assume so. I don't know much about Hawaii. Well, pretty much like I said, I normally just travel east of the Rockies just because most west of the Rockies is, I don't know. I don't want to say it's unfriendly territory, but California don't really like truckers, and I never really wanted to go to Portland, but so I just kind of stayed over in places I knew and places I'd enjoyed driving, you know. But I really did enjoy our time in Northern California. The people up there were great. Lived in California for many years. Yeah, I mean, California is beautiful, but one of my biggest gripes about California is California DOT and the 55 mile an hour speed limit for trucks. Because Because I just feel it's unsafe to have trucks doing 55 and cars doing 70. You know, it never made sense to me. Because basically we become a rolling roadblock at that point. Everyone flies up on you, then flies around you. And I don't see how that's safe. How are your front tires wearing? They're wearing very well, actually. I actually talked to my mechanic about that. And believe it or not, the Convoy ate my tires. Because my truck has a heavyweight front steer axle. And what that means is whenever it's not loaded, the steer axle is not true. It actually has a bend in it. And the tires, whenever it's empty, they lean out a little bit. And that's why the outside edge on my tires wore off like it did driving all those miles empty with the Convoy. Basically, the front tires are riding on the outside edge. And when you're loaded, the front axle flexes and it pulls the tires back in true. Now, I did not know this, but it's also why I was glad that when we left California, I had a supply trailer because it helped my tires. So I didn't burn off the new tires. But yeah, that's what actually happened to my tires. Just the way this truck's designed, running all those empty miles just chewed them up. But yeah, they're wearing great now. I'm driving where you were in Southern California, but California is a hot mess. Born and raised here, 67 years. All the politicians are corrupt from the bottom up. Yeah. Oh, there's my... Ignore that MudPigTrucking. I gotta report them again. There's my freaking spammer again. Whatever that link is, do not click it. Oh, and if you guys aren't on Facebook, you don't know what I'm talking about, but I have an imposter on Facebook. You're absolutely correct. Drivers are worse now, a lot of accidents. Met wife in a shelter while on disaster assignment with ARC during the Northridge earthquake. Not sure what ARC is, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, I met my wife online, so we don't got a cool story. We just met and talked for a long time, and yeah, we hit it off and been best friends ever since. Thanks, Patricia. We can't get rid of these corrupt politicians. Yeah. And that's everywhere. I mean, and that's why I think the best fight now is at the states. Because, hell, I mean, if you don't like the politician, run against them. I mean, you might have a chance. Because a lot of people are starting to wake up. But in DC, you can't do anything like that. I mean, DC, everyone that's been in DC has been there for years and years and years. I mean, yeah, we have a few young congressmen and senators coming in, and they're stirring the pot a little bit, but I don't think DC is a fight we can win at this moment. We got to start at the states, because states' rights are still a thing. And if enough states stand up and say to hell with the federal government, then maybe they'll listen. That's another thing with California. We've had maybe a handful of earthquakes that we could feel in Pennsylvania. I can't remember where they came from, but we've had one or two, like, just minor, like if you were outside at the right time of day, you could just feel the ground shift a little bit. I'm not even sure there's any fault lines on the East Coast, but that's what the papers were saying. All I know was, you know, you've been plenty of earthquakes in California. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, an earthquake is something I don't know if I'd want to experience a real big one, you know. That's kind of like tornadoes. We have them in Pennsylvania, but they're extremely rare. You know, I don't know if I'd want to live somewhere where tornadoes are common. Yeah, I've been in 2 tornadoes in the truck, though. Those are both fun. The one the wife was with me, she was freaking out. I had to look over at her because we were driving, and there was a tornado like right next to the highway. And she's freaking out. She's like, "You gotta stop, you gotta do this, you gotta do that." I'm like, "Well, you want me to stop?" She's like, "Oh yeah, stop and like we'll get out and go hide somewhere." I'm like, "Man, I'd much rather outrun it." So that's what we did, you know. Just kept moving and sped up a little bit and got the heck out of the way. The second one, though, I was sleeping and a cop actually woke me up looking like he was doing a special for the Weather Channel. I hear this boom, boom, boom on the side of my truck. I cracked the window. There's a police officer out there in a poncho and everything. It's raining sideways, wind's whipping. He's like, "You gotta get out of your truck and into the truck stop." I'm like, "Why?" "I'm sleeping." He's like, "There's a tornado at the edge of town." I'm like, "Oh goodness." But yeah, those are my 2 tornado stories. Neither one was there any damage done to the truck, but the one in Tennessee, actually, it was in no, it wasn't Crossville. Was it Crossville? It was the Eco Travel Mart. I think that was Crossville. But anyway, that one there, the sign for the gas station actually blew away during that tornado, but I was tucked amongst a row of other trucks, so my truck was pretty well protected. But we were sitting there watching trash cans blow away, the sign blew away, and yeah, it was a mess. get back to the chat here in a second. Holy cow. I love it when trucks want to drag race. Just let me pass you. I'm already 3/4 of... Speed. Sorry guys, I'll get back to you in a second. Technically not supposed to be in this lane, but we got truckers either asleep or not wanting to do the speed limit in the other lanes. So we're gonna get out of this traffic here for a second. That's that trucker parking shortage. Alright, let's get back to see what y'all are talking about now we're out of that traffic. Alright. Hello, MudPigTrucking. Well, howdy. Good night, Phil. Read the rest of that in a second. Why do all these guys have the whole road to themselves and ride in the middle lane? Rubbish haulers, always slow and overloaded, yeah. Well, a lot of guys run overloaded. I mean, hell, that dry bulk stuff like Grey Wolf was doing usually run overloaded too. Ah, Max Meadows. There used to be a really good hot dog place in Max Meadows. And I never went for the hot dogs. But what they had is they had fresh pork rinds. And you'd go in there and they'd bring you this plate of pork rinds out. And they'd be still popping. They were that fresh.
In 1 3/4 miles, keep left to I-81 north.
There you go, get over. What city you're running through? I'm not sure. I just remember the Max Meadows exit. But yeah, this is a little bit annoying. I mean, I have a truck in front of me with no trailer lights. I don't know if he's running with no... Well, his truck lights are on. I can see him under the trailer. But yeah, he ain't got no trailer lights. Let me see if I can catch him. Oh, there's his trailer lights. He has a short. Let me see if I can catch him. Turn the CB on here a second, get his trailer number and holler at him.
Hey, you're going to be a little girl, and Mama didn't want you to. Yeah, I hear you. Sounds like you got problems. Maybe you need to go home and get that took care of.
Well, his trailer lights started working again, so I don't know. We'll turn that back down though. Late night CB traffic isn't isn't fit for live streaming most of the time. A lot of traffic here though. Holy cow. He ain't got no trail lights here, that's why he's got his 4-ways on. Must be a thing tonight. Well, he ain't got no brake lights on the trail, I'll say that. Okay, I'll get back to y'all in a second once we get out of this traffic. Good for a second here. What do we got going on here? Around Expo actually. That guy's trail lights went out again. I don't even know if you can see him on the stream up there in the dark. They're back again. He's got to shorten that thing. Where are we heading to? We're heading to Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Personally, these companies who make us haul their trailers need to keep electrical and air hookups in tip-top condition. Yes, that is true. And tires. I can't tell you how many times I went to pick up a trailer back when I was doing intermodal, and that thing would be in such bad shape that, yeah, you didn't want to touch it. You guys are crooked again. There you go. This trailer I'm hauling now is actually in pretty good shape. but the only problem with this one is someone sideswiped a big metal post with it. Will I be doing the Rockingham run a lot? I'm not sure yet. I've only been doing this is my 4th day, so I'm still getting used to where everything goes. But basically, from what I understand, there's a handful of places we go pretty regularly, and then there's other places that we go just when there's a load. And I don't know how often we go to Rockingham, but I know we did have 2 loads to Rockingham when I went, because when I left, one of our other drivers was sitting there waiting to get into the door. But yeah, I'll get a feel for this more as I do it. Were you hauling food? No, I'm hauling glass. I'm working. We haul glass. We haul busted glass, and yeah, this trailer is just absolutely full of pieces of glass and glass shards and stuff. I don't even know where I would clean it out if I wanted to do a food load, because it'd be a pretty good mess of broken glass everywhere to sweep this thing out. So yeah, if you get glass from a window company on the East Coast or a picture frame company, there's a chance I might have hauled the glass now. Not saying it's a good chance, but there's a chance. Probably a heavy load. Yeah, it's 40, this one's 44. It's not terrible, but this truck's built to pull heavy. It's got the heavyweight steer axle. We got a 600 horse Cummins in here, you know. She'll run. That's why you see me passing a lot of other trucks, because not everyone runs the power this thing runs, even loaded. I normally get up hills pretty well. Yeah, we're probably 78,000 or so right now. I'm not quite at capacity, but we're close. Got all these line haul guys out at night. Ooh, buddy. No need to wiggle over the road there. Right, finally. That's the way things seem to work on the interstate too. Traffic travels in clusters. Like you'll have a few people like slow everything down and everyone gets grouped up. And then once you bust out of it, you're good for a while. Have you been back to the smorgasbord lately? Good thing I don't live near there. I'd be 500 pounds. Nah, not lately. That's one of those things I do a couple times a year. But yeah, when they're that close to it, it's like, yeah, you guys gotta go. I mean, that thing's an event in its own right. If you're ever out in the Lancaster area, it's not a far drive from like the touristy section of Lancaster to get out there. New Peterbilts every couple years since I was 11. Sorry, struggling to read stuff. So I was 11 in line. Out off, couple thousand drivers currently. Currently retired, but keep my CDLA. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping to retire at some point, but I also run a Pete. It's a Pete 579 with a Cummins. I'm just not a big fan of the pack car motors. And I don't know if I'd want a new Pete. The new ones have so much crazy technology in them that would drive me insane. And plus, I'd probably have to special order one to get it in a manual. Hey Phil, I woke up for a 10-100 and saw you on. Well, hey Ghost. Yes, it's an early one today. Just cruising up here, trying to make a little time and get up here for a 2 o'clock delivery. Got 400 miles to go, so yeah, it's gonna be a little tight. Government rubbish pack car. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the pack car motor, but the Pete's do ride good. I'll put it that way. They live up to their reputation of being misriding trucks on the road. I mean, I drove a freight shaker for a while, and yeah, they live up to their nickname as being a freight shaker too. Right on, Mudpig, you're a good person. Well, thank you. Not sure what that's in regards to, but thank you. Construction zone active. Yes, it is. Back her off a hair. Can't see nothing. Have safe travels. Hauling all that glass fill. Chat with you later, bro. What is that buzz noise? That is the lane departure assist on this truck. It'll buzz if it thinks I'm too close a line. So every now and then, especially in construction when the lanes get narrow, it'll complain because it thinks I'm crossing a line. But it's supposed to mimic the sound of a rumble strip, but really it just sounds like a pissed off bumblebee in a soda bottle, you know? another overfull rest area. And Northeast never has enough truck parking, so truckers just park anywhere they can. On the shoulder, on the on-ramps. Followed the convoy, watched you. And that's why sorry, it's hard to read these at night. I gotta turn my phone brightness down or something. Hold on a second. That's why I think you're good people. Well, thank you. It's purring like a kitten. I don't know if I'd call it purring, I mean, but then again, it's right in my ear. There's actually speakers on top of each side of the cab. And when you get too close to a line, the speaker on whatever side you're too close to the line buzzes. But the system itself is overly sensitive. Like, it'll buzz when you're not on a line. It'll just lose track of the lines, and instead of not doing anything, it'll buzz because it's, oh, I don't know where the lines are. It sounds really healthy. Or you mean the truck sounds healthy? I'm not sure if you're talking about the truck or the buzzing. But if you're talking about the truck, I would hope it sounds healthy. It's got new injectors and it's had a lot of work done to it. Yes, the truck. Okay, well, thank you. glad I'm going through this section of road at this time, though. This area down here can get busy quick. Good morning. Does that say Wookie? Oh, good morning. Yeah, the hairy dude from Star Wars. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just wasn't expecting it to say Wookiee. Whenever I'm reading these messages, I kind of read them out of the corner of my eye, so sometimes I will misread them. But yeah, it caught me off guard. Ignore the emojis. What are y'all up to this morning? It's a strange hour for about anyone to be up at this point. The West Coast is going to bed. The East Coast is still pretty early in the morning. Well, morning. Well, good night. Nice riding with you. Well, good night. Thank you for stopping in. right alongside me, at least past me. There you go. Come on. Phil, you're up very early. Yeah, I gotta be to this delivery that is about, well, still 390 miles away. I gotta be there by lunchtime. So I had to get a very early start today. Cars coming. Let's get around these guys. Truck, you're annoying me. More traffic. Sometimes makes you wonder what all these people are doing on the road at this time. trucks parked on the shoulder. Northeast really is something else. At least you had a couple hours of no traffic. Yeah, that's true. Did you already have breakfast, or are you getting something a little later? I'll probably brewed up something in the truck here a little later. Construction workers going to work? Maybe. Yeah, once we get out of this area of Virginia, things should thin out a little bit. But 81 is always busy. Has the classic problem of too many people and not enough pavement a lot of times of the day. Hi Phil, Joe signed off. Beautiful sunrise. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's working its way up. Not quite there yet, but it's working its way there. Back. It's good to be on the road. Well, welcome back. And yeah, it's good to be on the road. A little earlier today than I'd like to be on the road, but yeah, we're out here. Yeah, I will say I'm going to sleep good tonight. Well, guys, start heading to work. I'll check in on you later. Safe travels today, and God bless. Well, thank you. And have a safe trip on the way to work, too. Keep on trucking, did it for 24 years. Hold on a second. Oof. I'll get the rest of that video or message in just a second here. My best was when the lights come something. Ooh, skinny lanes again. Gotta love it. I don't know if you can see on the truck in front of me there how we only have about an inch or two on each side of the trailer, but yeah, cozy. I'll get back to the chat messages here in a second once we get out of this cozy area here. slows down, I try to pass him and he speeds up. Freaking idiot. I'll get back over again so the truck can get over. Driving there. What's that say? Roads are so shaky I can hardly read. Driving through there, I call butt squeezer. Okay, I gotcha. Safe travels? Well, thank you. Yeah, you gotta think skinny thoughts when driving down along through that construction a lot of times. Especially in something as wide as these trucks are. Station. Oh no. Gotta get over, bud. Unless closed. Alright. Virginia wants to talk to me. What up, piggies? Not much. Just visiting a Virginia way station. They want. They're gonna run me across the scale, or they're gonna let me bypass. They're gonna run me across the scale. Must be close. Let's see.
Continue on the Quakertown Road.
Must be catch and release today. Minutes of time, yeah. But I must be close to being illegal, so they wanted to bring me in and look at me. Your little boy gave you a baby piggy in New Paris? Was it's right there. Yeah, thank you for that. I was just talking about that yesterday. I couldn't remember exactly where, but I remember the little boy gave me that baby pig. How do you know when to pull into a scale? I have an app on my phone that tells me if I'm okay to bypass or if I have to go in. Yep, if you're not running a bypass though, then you just always have to go in. But I run a bypass app, so sometimes I get to skip the scale. We keep jumping on your lives, trying to chat with you, but lately has been hard. Yeah, my lives have all been all over the place as far as time. Some days they'll be early, some days they'll be late, and then I got sick for a while, so I was off for a couple weeks. But yeah, we're trying to get back to a regular schedule. Hello, y'all. Well, howdy. Yeah, this salad truck's moving. Usually they don't move that quick. Guess we'll get over for a little bit. We'll catch them eventually, though. Good morning. I haven't had no coffee yet. I gotta get some though. Just not sure where I'm gonna stop for coffee. I'll find somewhere though. If not, I can make some in the truck. His name is Grayson. And he's bumpy road. So when you see us on here, try to say hi. He loves the piggies. Oh, thank you. And we'll do it now as well. I know he's probably not up yet because it's early in the morning, but hi, Grayson. Getting light now? Yeah, it's getting light now. I know it's hard to see everybody. Yeah, especially if I'm in traffic and stuff. Like when I got the road to myself like I do now, it's easy to read the chat. But whenever I get into traffic and everything, it's sometimes hard to see people. I gotta clean the window when we get down to Quakertown now. We've been catching bugs. Okay, we'll go back tomorrow and watch. Alright. Well, we'll see you tomorrow then. Thank you for dropping by. Hi, Mudpig. Good morning. Happy Hump Day. I guess it is technically Hump Day for me now that I'm doing the kind of normal Monday through Friday, despite every day being really long. I didn't even think about that. Oh goodness, Bucks County, PA with a men. Oh yeah. We say that about a lot of places in PA. Bucks County, Perry County. I'm trying to think of all the counties I've heard that about. Morning, everyone. Good morning. Beautiful sunrise. Good morning. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the camera straight for y'all, but it keeps going cattywampus this morning. Oh, did I miss Gypsy coming in? Well, morning, Gypsy. Didn't know there was mountains like that in PA. Well, this is Virginia still here, but yeah, PA has some hills too. Yeah, we're in Virginia at the moment. Used to get over this way or that way. Usually here, still hard. Hold on a second. Usually here, still hard to type with one arm. Yeah, I can imagine. Do I have a straight flatbed or a step deck? Actually, neither. This glass is some kind of special stuff. It goes in a dry van. It can't get wet at all. So they load it in vans and we haul it. Yeah, back when I used to do flatbed though, I did 48 spread. We did a 53 with slowed down quick on that hill. I miss y'all, been frustrating, Gert. Yeah, I don't even think I could drive my truck if I had a broken arm, because driving a semi, at least mine, is a two-hand operation because you gotta shift and steer. Got to open the shop. See you later. We'll see you later. By the way, since I'm out here in the country by myself at the moment, I gotta make sure this still works. Yep, it still works. Probably woke up a deer somewhere. They better brand new. Nah, they got a good bit of use out of them. Heck, we blew them so much. Yeah. Yeah, later, Pat Mack and Grayson. Or, was it Pat Mack? I think it was. Later, Pat and Grayson. ice horn. Yeah. Bet you're glad you're on the road again? Yeah, I am. I mean, it's funny, but you kind of miss this stuff. No, I'm not. I'm hauling finished glass product now. But then on the way back, a lot of times we have busted glass or frames. And that's when we get it's basically like a tote. Like, I think of it like a watermelon tote. Like, if you go to the grocery store and they go, watermelons in the big cardboard box. Well, they got these plastic boxes that they put the busted glass in. And we take that back, and I can only assume they melt it down and turn it into not busted glass. But yeah, they want the busted glass back, so a lot of times we get paid both ways on these. Glad you're back on the road. How you been? Pretty good. Yeah, I ain't got no complaints. Feeding time. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's breakfast time. That's called something. Can't make out that word. Yep, goes into a 2100 degree furnace, and they probably use it for bottles or jars, soda lime glass. Okay. Yeah, because I know what I'm hauling. I've gone to window companies and picture frame companies so far. But yeah, the busted stuff coming back, like I said, I don't know what they do with it. Yeah, there must be a lot of damage with this glass though, because it seems like usually when we take fresh panes out, we're always bringing busted back. I've exceeded my word limit for a little bit. Gotta put you down for a bit. Alright, Gypsy. Well, take care and hopefully you get better soon. Do I think I'll go back to the Convoy? Well, I'll probably visit, but I won't be staying like I have in the past. I just don't have the finances to be able to do that. But I'll probably visit every now and then when I have time. Got you on the big screen, I'll ride with you. I'm just gonna sit in the back seat and be quiet. Alright. We'll enjoy the ride. Oink oink. Love it. Since you can't see them. Little morning song for y'all. The G's have been hauling glass out of Tennessee. Out of Tennessee too. I don't know where they are today. Oh, that'd be funny if they end up at the same glass plant. Down to my last 3 hours. Thanks for making the hardest part of the shift go by faster, my friend. Oh, no problem. I don't know if it's subconscious or what, but it feels like it's dark out. You should be sleeping. Gypsy, they're getting you confused with the cook again. I don't remember what his actual name was, honestly. He was a hell of a cook. More trucks on the shoulder. Sorry about that. Man, I'm gonna have to do something today I don't normally do. When I take my half hour here after a while, I might actually have to. Ooh, bright sun. I might actually have to utilize that half hour and take a nap. Not sure, but I think you're traveling east. Kinda. We're on 81 North, which 81 doesn't really run north and west like it's labeled. It kinda weaves around. But yeah, we're heading right into the sun here for a second. Whoops. Going to be a beautiful day. Yeah, it looks like it. Pretty clear skies and not too hot at the moment. We'll see how hot it gets here later. Morning, Mud Pig. Well, morning. You have a wonderful day and safe travels. Well, thank you, and you too. First coffee of the day. I'm jealous. I haven't had a coffee yet this morning. Got the Keurig in the back and didn't even fire it up this morning. Needed to get going. wish I could hand you a cup. I wish you could too. I'm actually already thinking when I stop for my half hour here in a little bit that I'm probably going to take a nap. What time did I start? Oh, around 2 or so. But I didn't really sleep last night. Yeah, I got done delivering around 7 and got parked. Then I had to reload at 10. And then I started at 2, so it was just a lot of broken sleep. So I'm actually starting to feel it. So I'm thinking when I stop for my governmentally mandated half-hour break, it's going to also be a half-hour nap. So we'll see. Green screen? Alright, give me a second, let me fix it. There we go. Y'all should be back and not green now. I don't know what's been going on with my streaming app lately, but it does that every now and then. I have to just restart the app and it fixes it. Definitely have a working truck's windshield now, lots of grime and bugs. Yeah, I gotta get up and clean it. Probably get that done this evening. Yeah, it's funny how when you do the speed limit, you smack a lot of bugs, but when you are doing, 45, 50 mile an hour, the bugs all somehow fly around you. Screen again? Oh, goodness. Hold on a second, y'all. Alright. Should be back in not green again. Hello and good morning. Well, hello and good morning. Trying to get into some trail mix here. There we go. Where are we heading today? We're heading up to Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Got a glass delivery there, and we'll get a reload out of there, and then we'll head back to Tennessee tomorrow. Keep getting knocked all cattywampus. This lane changing will get you straightened out. Actually, looks like you're good now. Dang 81, thump to thump. Yeah, she's got some holes in her. I'm thinking we're going to check out this rest area in about 5 miles here and see if we can squeeze in there yet this morning. Whole way up to Binghamton. Yeah. The interstate highway system in most states is in pretty bad shape anymore. As I like to say, the highways are returning to that which they came from. Dirt and gravel. They're just crumbling to bits. Yeah, if there's room in this rest area up here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take about a half hour to an hour break. Because I got to take a half hour anyway, but to be honest, I'm feeling it today. So I think I'm going to use my half hour to take a nap. And good morning, Phil. Well, good morning. But we'll see, because if this rest area don't have room, we got a good ways to the next one. Let's see what we got up in here. Whoops. All right, well, there is room here. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna take probably about a half hour to an hour break here. Quite honestly, I'm really feeling it. Didn't sleep well last night, so I'm gonna take a short nap here and we'll resume the trip up to Quakertown in probably about an hour. I'll see y'all then. You have a good morning.